guys, it's Sam, and today I have an Asian skincare haul. So my first video on this channel, you guys expressed some interest in the Asian skincare stuff that I was talking about, and I have a haul of things that I have collected over the past about 2 to 3 months that I wanted to show you. Half of it is stuff that I have used, and half of it is stuff that I have not used. So I will tell you guys what stuff I have used. Also, I'm going to be doing skincare videos occasionally with bare face. I do have some eye makeup on, but the rest of my face, I don't have any base makeup on at all. So occasionally when I do some skincare related stuff, I will show my skin so you guys can tell how my skin looks, if it's improved, just so you guys don't see me always with a perfect face and perfect flawless base makeup talking about skincare, because then you can't really see how the products are working. So all of these things I did purchase with my own money. They are a collection of things from Amazon, Rose Shop, and Wish Trend. So first, before I get into the products, let me talk about my skin type and my skincare needs. I am 26 years old and I live in the middle east coast of the United States, which means that we have changing seasons. It can get very humid in the summer and it can get very dry in the winter. It's not particularly cold, but it can be depending on if a polar vortex is rolling around. My skin has changed as I've gotten older, so I used to have combination skin with an oily T-zone and drier to normal cheeks. Now I kind of feel like I have all over normal to dry skin. I have a little bit of oil sometimes on my nose because I feel like everybody almost does, but overall, as of this past 6 months to a year, I feel like I've gone more dry normal. We'll see how the summer goes, but right now it is the springtime and I have kind of dry to normal skin. So my biggest concerns are moisture, anti-aging, and some redness reduction and some reduction of some scars. I did used to have horrible cystic acne years ago, which I actually went on a prescription medication for, so I still have some scarring from that. I'm very fair, so if I have any kind of pimples, which I occasionally do get still, then I do have some hyperpigmentation from those. Typically speaking, I get them around my mouth from hormonal acne, so I'll get stuff around here, which you can kind of see some scars around my chin and stuff, which isn't really the facial scarring like ridges or anything. I don't really have any of that. I have the hyperpigmentation type scarring that I try to fade over time. So now that we're through that, let me go on with the products. The first Asian skincare purchase that I ever made was the Moly I'm Real sheet masks. These I got off of Amazon in a variety pack, and as you can see, I did use all of them. These are a thicker cotton sheet mask. For my particular face, I felt they were a little bit too long, but I didn't really know what to expect going into them because these were my first sheet masks ever. I really did like these. These were a nice introduction into sheet masks because they're very easy to get. Like I said, on Amazon, they're fairly inexpensive. I do think they're kind of thicker than a lot of sheet masks that I've since tried, but I enjoyed them for moisture. None of them broke me out or anything, and some of them I did notice a little bit of brightening with, but I think there are other sheet masks that are better. But if you're looking to get into them, they are really fun. I really enjoy their packaging. I'm going to be doing a full review on every single sheet mask in here in the future, so if you're interested in this particular sheet mask bundle, I do recommend it, and I will be talking more about each one in depth in a later review. The next product that I picked up, and the one that I've been using the longest, is the Mizone multifunction formula Snail Repair Intensive Ampoule. If you guys are not familiar with Asian skincare, they tend to have really, really long names, but this is the thing that I have loved the most out of everything that I think that I've bought so far as products. An ampoule, for those that aren't familiar, is kind of like a serum in Western skincare, but it's a lot more intensive even, and it's a lot more usually moisturizing, but it's one of the last steps in an Asian skincare routine, and it's a little bit thicker than a lot of serums. Yes, it does have snail. It has snail filtrate, and there's 80% in here, so if you guys are a little bit grossed out by that, yes, it has snail mucus, and it is wonderful. So snail is a very popular skincare ingredient over in Korea especially, and is known for its healing properties. It's really good for moisturization. It's also really good for healing of like acne scars and everything. And this one, the first time I put it on, I was in love with it. I've been using it now for a little over a month, and as you can see, it's about a little over halfway gone. Everything goes on smoother. It really does seal in moisture. I do feel that it helps heal the occasional zit that I do get a lot quicker, and it's fairly inexpensive, and it is a clear kind of substance. As you can see, it's kind of like a sticky, you know, mucousy substance. If you don't like that kind of thing, that's fine, but I love it. I've made a lot of people try this. I put it on my partner, I put it on my mom when she came and visited me, I put it on my best friend. Everybody that I know has loved this, and I usually tell them after that it's snail, and they're like, that's fine, after they realize that that's what it is. So I really enjoy this, and I will be repurchasing it. So when I try new products, I wait 2 weeks between introducing a new product if I have a new product to introduce, because I want to make sure that I am testing it for a long enough time that I know if it's doing something to my skin that's negative, so I don't pile on a bunch of products at once and not know what is messing with my skin if something negative happens. And I also can see the positive results from each product, so I know what is working and what's not, etc., etc. The next product that I tried was the Cosrx Galactomyces 95 Whitening Power Essence. Again, long names. This is the essence step of the skincare routine, and these typically are lighter than a serum or an ampoule, and they typically go after a toner. And I wanted to try this one because of the whitening thing. A lot of Asian skincare gets a bad rep because people think that whitening is skin bleaching. While there are products like that, that is not what this is. So this is more of a brightening complex. So if it was a Western skincare product, it would be called brightening instead of whitening. But for marketing purposes over in Asia, they use the whitening term instead. But this is not a skin bleach of any kind. Galactomyces is a fermented and filtered yeast product, and it is said to be really good for brightening the skin as well as anti-wrinkle. The second ingredient in here is also niacinamide, and that is known for its whitening and brightening properties and is said to fade scarring. So that's the biggest reason that I got this, because I wanted to fade some of these hyperpigmentation areas, and niacinamide is touted as one of the best ingredients out there. I've read a ton of blogs, a ton of forums when I first got into this, and that was one of the main ingredients, one of the main power hitters in a lot of people's routines, so I knew I wanted to try something with some niacinamide. Now this is, like I said, an essence step, so it is not as concentrated as like an ampoule or a serum would be, but I really did enjoy this so far. It is very light. It's almost a watery texture, like a gel water, and I've really enjoyed that so far. I think it helps everything else really sink into my skin, and I am noticing a little more of a brightening effect, and I have noticed a little bit of fading, but I will check back later when I have used a lot more of it, because I've used this one for a little less than a month, I think, at this point. So I am enjoying it, but I'm not sure exactly how effective it will be. I think it's really good to also be layering this with other products that have whitening and brightening benefits. This one will also most likely be a repurchase unless I find something that also has niacinamide and whitening and brightening properties that I want to put in the essence step. I also picked up some more sheet masks because I've decided that I really do enjoy sheet masks, and I actually picked up the Toso Wong Pure Propolis mask. I picked these up because I wanted to see what propolis was all about. A lot of people talk about propolis as being a really well-liked ingredient in the Asian skincare realm, and this is actually a part of honey, kind of. It's something that bees do collect from like trees and tree sap and stuff like that, and so it has like a honey scent to it, and it is a little bit stickier. I didn't like this as much as I thought I was going to. I do like the fit of these masks. They're a little bit wider and they're not quite as long, and they actually have better holes for like your eyes and your mouth, where the Tony Moly ones I didn't feel like fit my face as well. But I didn't notice anything particularly groundbreaking about the moisturization or the brightening or even like the healing properties of this. I haven't really used this when I have any active zits or anything like that, so it might be better for calming and soothing of that. So I will wait till I use these again until I have like a pimple or something and see if it has any kind of positive effect on it or even on the healing of a zit. But so far I was a little underwhelmed with these. I'm not sure if propolis just isn't my thing or if it was these particular masks. This mask is pretty well known and well loved, so I don't imagine that I had a problem with this actual mask, but we will see, and I'll try something else, maybe like an ampoule or something that has more propolis in it to see if I really do enjoy that product. But I'm going to try some more of these Toso Wong masks because I do like their fit. I've used about half of these. I'm going to save the rest of these for another time. The most recent addition to my routine is the Klairs Supple Preparation Facial Toner. Toners in Asian skincare are not like toners or astringents in Western skincare. Those are known to be very drying. Asian skincare toners typically are more moisturizing because Asian skincare in general focuses more on moisture. So this is supposed to balance your pH if you have a high pH wash or anything that you're using, and it's supposed to be good for before actives and stuff, and also supposed to be moisturizing and very soothing. This product does have a lot of fruit and essential kind of oils in it, so it has a very clean scent, almost like a spa type scent. But if you are sensitive at all to any kind of oils or any kind of like citrus oils and stuff, it doesn't have it as a huge ingredient. It's definitely farther down on the list, but if you're sensitive to some of that stuff, then definitely check this out in the ingredient list before you get it. But so far, I'm not sure exactly how I feel about this. I might like it, but I might not. I've only used it for about a little over a week, so I'm still getting used to it, but this is more of a watery texture. I use it right after I wash my face, and I just pat it into my skin, and that's typically how a lot of people use Asian toners. But I have liked the effects of this, but again, I'm not sure if this is exactly what's helping, but I do think that this does help products sink in a little bit more, and I have noticed that I think there was a little bit of like slight bumpiness that I have like right above my lip sometimes, and I feel like this helped soothe that. It's not zits, it's not blackheads, it's not even like necessarily dry skin. It might be a little bit of dry skin. I'm not really sure. It's never anything that flakes or anything, but I just noticed like a slight, not quite as smooth texture above my lips sometimes, and this has, I think, helped that. So I'm going to continue using this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be repurchasing it because I think I want to try some other toners, but if I start using something else and realize that that kind of bumpiness comes back or it's not as moisturizing or something, I will go back to this. But I do like the scent of this. I like the consistency of this. I'm just not sure exactly what it does, but again, it is a toner, so toners aren't supposed to be the power hitting ingredients or anything. So it's a little bit argued whether toners are necessary or not, but I did want to try it, and so far, undecided. I also picked up the Vanilla & Co. Clean It's Zero, and this is an oil step of your routine. So this is what you use to take off your makeup and take off your sunscreen and stuff like that before you get into your actual cleansing skincare. I have used oil cleansers and makeup removers before with Western skincare, so I was familiar with this kind of step. I think that that is really important anyway because your regular cleanser cannot take off all of your makeup, so you're leaving a lot of makeup and potentially sunscreen on your face, which can clog pores and stuff. So I've used the Boscia one, I've used a ton of different ones, I can't even name all of them. So this one is my favorite though. This is more of a custardy type one, and it comes with like a little spatula that you can scoop it out with so that you don't have you contaminating everything. But this is kind of like a custardy type consistency. Again, it's hard so it doesn't come out, but it's kind of like a soft soap almost. And it has a stronger scent. It has like a florally type scent. I think you can get one that's for sensitive skin that has no scent to it, but I love this so much. I use it to take off all my makeup. I actually wear waterproof mascara, and this takes that off like nobody's business. It takes off heavy makeup, it takes off base makeup, it takes off really colorful eyeshadow, it takes off waterproof anything, it takes off really intense liquid lipsticks. Amazing. You just put it on your face when it's dry, rub it in, and then put some water on your fingers, rub that in and kind of emulsify it, and then wash it off, and everything comes off. And then you use your regular cleanser. I love this. I'll definitely be repurchasing this, and it is very economical. It's better than any of the other oils that I've used. I love it. Now I'll talk about a few more masks. In my Wish Trend box, I actually got a couple samples, and one of them was the Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Sheet Mask, and I loved this. And I actually want to purchase a whole box of these and try these out again and make sure that this is what helped my skin so much. But for 2 days after using this, my skin felt moisturized, and it felt kind of like bouncy, and it felt smooth, and it felt wonderful. So this is supposed to moisturize, soothe, balance pH, nourish, and control oil. And I think it did all of that. It also is a really cool one in that it has little eye flaps. So usually sheet masks just have your nose, your mouth, and your eyes kind of cut out, but this actually had little eye flaps where it was still kind of connected at the bottom, so if you wanted to, you could lay back and cover your eyes with the sheet mask as well, which was wonderful and nice and soothing. I just listened to music and I think a podcast while doing it, and it was awesome. And like I said, I felt really amazing after taking this off. It helped to brighten, and just the moisture level was amazing, because really for sheet masks, it's nice that they have other perks and other added things that they do, but the big thing is moisture. So the fact that this one really moisturized and didn't like break me out or anything or irritate my skin was wonderful. So I will definitely report back with a full review of this after I've gotten my box of my own and I try it all out, because if this was amazing as I thought it was a couple days after, this will be my favorite sheet mask. And the last thing that I have tried is another sheet mask, and that is the My Beauty Diary Black Pearl mask. And this is a fan favorite among a ton of different bloggers and forums and everything, because they're very inexpensive. You can get them usually in the US. I think they sell them at Walmart and Target sometimes. I got mine off of Amazon Prime though. And this is supposed to be a whitening and brightening mask. I've used 2 of these so far, and I do really enjoy them. I again enjoy the fit of these. I think these have the best like cutouts, as weird as that sounds. They are very thin, so they have very thin kind of slits for your eyes and mouth, but I feel like they get closer to your mouth and to your eyes, and they really go underneath your eyes and get the essence everywhere. Also, these are absolutely soaked in essence, so you will have essence all over, and you can like put it down your throat and on your like décolleté, and you can have it on your arms, and you can rub it everywhere. And I have, like, I just dump the package out after I put the mask on and just kind of splash a little bit more on my face, and then just put it all over my body pretty much, because it has to help, right? Like, I mean, it's good skincare ingredients, might as well use it all up. So I really enjoy how absolutely soaked these are in essence. It's really nice. You can leave them on for at least an hour if you want to. Typically speaking, masks go on for 20 to 30 minutes, but you can leave this one on absolutely longer, and it's not going to do anything because it's not going to dry out. If a mask dries out, you shouldn't leave it on that long. but this stays wet the entire time, which is really nice. So far I have noticed some brightening as well as some moisture, but again, it's not as highly potent as I thought that the Claire's one was, so it's not quite my favorite, but I think this one is my second favorite of the ones that I have tried. I really like how inexpensive they are, and I'm interested to try a little more from the brand and the different types of these sheet masks that they do have. So I like this one and I'll continue to use it, and I also will be doing a review of these after I fully finish this box. Now we're going to get into some products that I have not tried yet. The first thing I'll be trying very soon, and that is the Cosrx Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. And low pH cleansers are something that are very important to the Asian skincare community, so I will definitely link some posts about it because it's very sciencey and I can't go into all of it, but basically your skin has a pH level and low pH cleansers are supposed to help with that, because if you go too high in the pH, it can kind of throw off your skin's moisture balance and just the whole like acidity level of your face. It can cause drying and acne and stuff like that. So a lot of people say that low pH cleansers are actually better for your skin. A lot of bloggers, people that have actually like researched it and done it, not brands, like researching and everything. So low pH cleansers aren't very widely available, but a lot of brands have come out with some very recently, and Cosrx is one of them, and this is one of the more inexpensive ones. So I want to try this one out. I've heard mixed things about this. I've heard a lot of people that really love it because again, it is inexpensive, it's easy to find, and it's low pH, but some people do say it's drying because I do believe it has tea tree oil in it. We will see. Right now I'm using the Neutrogena Ultra Moisturizing, I think it's like a no foaming cleanser that I've used for a couple of years now, and I do like, and it's not completely high crazy in pH like a lot of foaming cleansers would be, but I want to try one of the actual low pH cleansers. So this one I'll probably be trying sometime in the next week or so after my trial period for the toner ends. I then got 2 boxes of the Mizone multifunction formula all-in-one snail repair cream. This is from the same line as the ampoule that I've already tried. I'm currently using and have been using a Clinique moisturizer for a very long time, and I'm not completely thrilled with it, and again I want to transition everything over into Asian beauty. So this again has Snail in it. It's from the same line of that ampoule that I really love, and I want to try it out and see if it's a lot more moisturizing than the Clinique one, because the Clinique one is made for really dry skin, but I don't notice that it's any more moisturizing at all. So now that I'm used to what real moisture is like from more Asian skincare products, I want to see what their creams do for me. On that same moisture train, I got some samples of the Too Cool for School Pumpkin Sleeping Pack, and I decided to get some samples because I'm not sure if I'm going to like sleeping packs. Sleeping packs are typically used after your moisturizing step, after your like cream or lotion, and it's kind of to seal in all of the moisture and to definitely make you wake up with very moisturized skin. So again, since I can get acne sometimes, and since I'm not really sure where my skin sits on the spectrum, I'm not sure how my skin's going to react to this, so I don't want to get a full tub of it and not like it. So I got some little sample sizes, and I'm going to definitely be trying these out. They come in little cute like samples, almost like those little like cheeses that you can get from the grocery store. So I've heard some good things about it from people who enjoy sleeping packs, but again, I'm not sure I'm going to like it. So if I wake up with a huge grease fest all over my face, I'm not going to be a fan, but if I wake up nice and moisturized, I am going to be a fan. And pumpkin. It smells delicious. So my sunscreen is about to run out. I'm currently using the Shiseido, I think it's called Urban Environment. It's a very liquidy kind of shake up sunscreen, and it's like 45 SPF, but I decided to pick up the Biore UV Aqua Riche Watery Essence, and this is a Japanese sunscreen that I have heard amazing things about. A lot of people use it, and it's again the same kind of consistency as the one that I'm using currently, the Shiseido one, but it is an SPF of 50 and it has the PA4+, so that's really exciting. I'm very interested to try this and see if it has like a white cast or anything. I don't have a huge problem with white cast because I am so fair, so I'm not sure if that's going to be an issue for me at all anyway, but I've heard amazing things about this. I'm very excited to try it. And the last thing I'm really excited about, because it's just in time for summer, I picked up the Moly Super Peeling Liquid, the Shiny Foot. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Asian beauty at all, this is going to sound like a really weird product, and I would have never gotten this like 6 months ago. This sounds weird, but I'm very excited about it. So basically what this is a mask for your feet. This is something that you soak your feet in for a couple of hours, and then over the course of a couple of weeks, I believe, or about a week or so, your feet will start peeling off and shedding all of the dead skin on your feet. So this is not damaging in any way. This is a salicylic acid base, so it's just a little bit cold when you use it, but it's not going to like burn off your feet or anything. It's not going to take off any of the new skin or any healthy skin or anything like that. It's just going to take off more of the calluses and more of the dry, like peely skin on your feet if you have any kind of feet issues. My feet aren't particularly bad, but everybody can use kind of like a little at-home pedicure. I have seen tons of reviews on this, so I know that it is safe. And like I said, it just takes a couple of days and your skin will start to kind of peel off. and just kind of like flake off. So I definitely don't recommend trying this anytime when you're going to actually be wearing flip-flops. So it's a good thing for spring now before you whip out all the flip-flops and are on the beach or anything, because I'm sure people will be like, what the heck is wrong with your feet? I'll post some posts down below, so if you want to check it out for yourself and you're not really sure. Like I said, I'm not reviewing this right now because I haven't tried it yet, but I'm so excited. And the only thing is as your skin is peeling off, you don't want to like peel it off yourself and like actually peel it, because then you might peel off some actual good skin, but your skin will just fall off naturally. It's just speeding up kind of like the skin shedding process, because skin does shed. That may sound gross, but that's what happens. I'm excited to try this. If you're interested in me like vlogging my experience, I wouldn't be opposed to it, because like I said, my feet aren't particularly nasty or anything, but I am interested to see how this works. And it's just something that you don't find that in the Western beauty realm, so I'm excited to try these out. Alright guys, so that is it for what I've picked up over the last 3 months or so. I'm going to be doing full reviews of everything that I have mentioned. So as soon as I have tested everything for a good amount of time, I'll probably be doing individual reviews, most likely for everything. The sheet masks, I might put in more of a like group mask review, but generally speaking, I'm going to be reviewing every product individually over time here on my channel, so you definitely will hear my full thoughts after I've used a lot more of each product and I know exactly how they work and if I'm going to be repurchasing, if they're holy grail status, stuff like that. But comment down below and let me know if you have any experience with any of these products and anything. I would love to know your thoughts, and if you have tried like the shiny foot or something, please comment down below and let me know. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all guys soon. Bye!